Good morning, dear students. In today's lecture of the subject Entrepreneurship Development, we will be continuing with challenges before entrepreneurs in modern era. The first part of challenges before entrepreneur in modern era we have completed in the last lecture. Yes, we will be continuing with the same today. We were at human assets in the last lecture. Okay, we will revise that point, those points which we have studied in the last lecture, and then we will move further to other challenges before entrepreneurs in modern era. See, when we come across to challenges before entrepreneurs in modern era, what do you mean? बघा, challenges before entrepreneur in modern era म्हणजे नेमकं काय? तर जेव्हा एंट्राप्रिनियरला काम करायचं असतं, एंट्राप्रिनियर जेव्हा काम करतो तेव्हा कोणकोणत्या गोष्टी आहेत जे ऑब्स्टॅकल्स होऊ शकतात किंवा चॅलेंजिंग होऊ शकतात. ओके, समजा त्याने त्याच्यावरती त्या गोष्टींवरती लक्ष दिलं नाहीत तर त्या गोष्टींचं रूपांतर थ्रेटमध्ये होऊन त्याचं फर्दर रूपांतर विकनेसेसमध्ये होऊ शकतं. ओके, आणि जर ते चॅलेंजेस त्याने व्यवस्थित कन्सिडर केले तर त्याच्या थ्रू त्याला एक अपॉर्च्युनिटी मिळून ओके त्याच्या बिझनेससाठी ते स्ट्रेंथ ठरेल. The first challenge which we have studied in the last lecture was fast collapsing boundaries. Okay, fast collapsing boundaries. What do you mean by fast collapsing boundaries? Okay, say in this era of globalization, privatization, and liberalization. Okay, when it comes to all these three words, okay, what do they mean? Okay, see, previously prior to 1991, what was happening? Yes, prior to 1991, okay, to do any business outside or abroad, you needed to have some permissions, licensing, and all those things. Okay, but in this era, in this modern era, after 1991, what happened is, okay, many of the restrictions, many of the permissions, okay, the restrictions which were laid down prior to 1991, they were abolished. Okay, and what happened is, yes, the free flow of goods from one country to another country, okay, from one state to another state, and okay, from one nation to another nation, okay, all this started. Okay, both interstate, national, as well as international. Okay, all this trade were possible, okay, with few permissions and few restrictions. Okay, then when we consider privatization, okay, privatization means what? Okay, previously those areas or those goods, okay, or those sectors, okay, those areas on which public or government companies, they were having the hold. Okay, many of those companies, those areas, they were allowed to private companies. Okay, means private companies were allowed to enter. Okay, the private companies were allowed to enter into few of the areas where only public company were having monopoly. Okay, then the third one, globalization. Okay, what is globalization? Okay, in the era of globalization, what happened is, okay, the whole world, it was treated as a global village. Okay, it was treated as a global village. Okay, and there was a free flow of goods and services from one country to other country. Okay, means if anybody wanted a product in a corner of a world, okay, he can or he was able or he is able to purchase it from any corner of the world. Okay, so this could happen due to globalization. Okay, the whole world was treated as a global village, is it? So when we consider this fast collapsing boundaries, what happened due to this? See, the domestic entrepreneurs, okay, previously they were having some of the goods reserved with them. Okay, means some of the goods were manufactured by some of the domestic businessmen or domestic companies itself. Okay, now as the boundaries were open, okay, anybody could enter any country. Okay, due to this, what happened? The foreign companies, they entered the nation, the foreign company entered the countries. Okay, and due to this they started manufacturing the product, okay, which was, okay, dominated or which was monopolized by or concentrated by this domestic companies. Okay, due to this, what happened is there was increase into competition. Okay, there was increase in the competition. Okay, and the customers, okay, what happened? The customers were made available with variety of products. Okay, and these people these people could make a choice among the products. Okay, could make a choice among the products because, okay, not one but there were more brands, okay, into the same product line. Okay, then the price cutting and cost reduction. Okay, price cutting and cost reduction, what it means? Okay, see, if you think that your product should be best selling, what should be done then? Yes, see, when a customer purchases a product, yes, or a customer like you and me, whenever we do go on shopping, okay, or might be the shopping related to necessities or any essential things. Okay, whenever we purchase a single product, okay, at the time, what is our mentality? What we think upon? Yes, what we think upon? Yes, surely we think that whether the product is having quality, then what is the price of product? The price which I am paying and the value generated by the product, will it be the same or the value will be less than what I have paid? Isn't it? These are the few of the questions which always come into the mind of entrepreneur. Isn't it? Okay, when they think about the customers. Okay, so if as an entrepreneur you think that your product should be best selling ones, then what you should be doing? Yes, you should be able to sell your product in affordable price. Okay, means the price which you have quoted for your product, it should be affordable to the customer. If the customer is not able to pay for your product purchase, okay, then what will happen? Surely he will not purchase your product. If you have quoted high price, then he will not be able to purchase your product. Isn't it? So most of the companies, okay, they adopt a strategy of price cutting. They charge less price. But charging less price when it is possible. Yes, charging less price is possible only when your cost of production is limited. Okay, because when we consider the formula of calculating price, what is the formula which we have studied? Price is equal to cost of production plus profit margin, isn't it? Okay, see, nobody runs the business to suffer losses, right? Okay, though you suffer loss, still, okay, your intention is to earn maximum profit, right? Every time. So, whenever you are quoting a price for your product, at the time you consider the profit margin, isn't it? Then, cost of production. See, if you have control on the cost of production, or some way, if you can reduce the cost of production, then surely it will be useful, or it will be easy for you to cut the price, charge a price which will be affordable to your customer. Then the third thing which we have discussed is fast. Fast? What is fast? Yes. See, when we were discussing this, yes, one thing which we had considered was, yes, gone are the days when we used to rely on the slogan or the proverb, slow and steady wins the race. Now, in this modern era, what should be done? Yes, we should always be considering survival of the fittest, okay, and fastest. Okay, if you are fast to grasp or have a grip on the opportunity which you are seeing in the near future in the market, okay, if you consider that opportunity into something addition into your product, and if you put it in the market, surely you will be the leader, and others, that is the other competitors, they will be your followers. Okay, getting it? Then customers choice and expectations. Customers choice and expectations. What it means? Yes, what your customer needs. If those features are added into your product features, then what will happen? Yes, what your customer needs, if they found it into your product features, if the needs of the customers, they are matching with your product features, yes, your product will be best selling ones. Then the customer's tolerance, okay, customer's tolerance, what it means? Yes, what the customer will tolerate and what the customer will not tolerate. See, in this 21st century, in this modern era, customer is treated as a king of market. Yes, customer is considered as king of the market. Means what? Customer will not tolerate inferior quality of product. Okay, means see, when we consider a customer, okay, when he pays 10 rupees for a product, okay, when he pays 10 rupees for a product, what he expects? He expects the value greater than 10 rupees. See, if you're providing him with the value more than 10 rupees, yes, surely the customer will be satisfied. Or else what will happen is, yes, your customer will not get equal amount of satisfaction. If your customer is not satisfied, then surely one by one your customers will be diverted towards the product of your competitor. Then we had studied human assets. Okay, human assets. See, human assets here means human resources of your organization. Yes, what it means? Human resources of your organization. See, there are certain key persons of your organization whose absence and presence does matters for your organization. Yes, see the second factor of production, that is labor. It is generated by laborer. Okay, means who? Yes, see the classification of workers or employees, they are done into two parts. Which are those two parts? Yes, the first part is blue collar workers and the second part is white collar workers. ओके, बघा जेव्हा आपण ह्युमन ॲसेट्सचा विचार करतो, ह्युमन ॲसेट्स म्हणजे काय? तर ह्युमन ॲसेट म्हणजे तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचे ह्युमन रिसोर्सेस. ओके, गेटिंग इट? तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचे ह्युमन रिसोर्सेस. आता जेव्हा आपण ह्या ह्युमन रिसोर्सेसचा विचार करतो, ओके, त्याचं क्लासिफिकेशन कसं केलं आहे बघा. तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये फॅक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन असतात, बरोबर आहे. ओके, त्यातलं जो सेकंड फॅक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन आहे ते कोणतं आहे? तर लेबर. आता हे लेबर कोण करतं? देतं आहे लेबरर. म्हणजेच कोण? तर तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचे वर्कर्स. ओके, आता वर्कर्सचं क्लासिफिकेशन दोन प्रकारे केलेलं आहे. ओके, आपण मागच्या वर्षी HRM शिकलेलो आहोत. ओके, दोन प्रकारचं क्लासिफिकेशन काय आहे ते? ब्ल्यू कलर वर्कर आणि व्हाईट कॉलर वर्कर, बरोबर आहे. आता हे ब्ल्यू कॉलर वर्कर आणि व्हाईट कॉलर वर्कर्स कोण असतात? सी, दोज हू वर्क ऑन द मशिनरीज, they are called as blue collar workers. They do physical work. ओके, बघा, जे वर्कर्स मशिनरीवरती काम करतात, जे फिजिकल वर्क करतात, अशा वर्कर्सला काय म्हटलं जातं? ब्ल्यू कॉलर वर्कर्स. अँड द अदर पार्ट, व्हाईट कॉलर वर्कर्स. हू आर द व्हाईट कॉलर वर्कर्स? येस, व्हाईट कॉलर वर्कर्स आर the office bearers, yes, who do mental work. Okay, who use their mind to complete the task whichever is assigned to them. Such people, they are included in office bearers, that is white collar workers. So when we consider both these types of workers, are they important for your organization? आहेत का हे इम्पॉर्टंट तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनसाठी? हो, आहेत ते इम्पॉर्टंट. काय इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत? सी, अनलेस अनटिल दिस पीपल दे कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट टुवर्ड्स द प्रोडक्शन ॲक्टिव्हिटी, युअर प्रोडक्शन ॲक्टिव्हिटी विल नेवर गेट कम्प्लिटेड. ओके, आहेत का हे इम्पॉर्टंट? येस. काय इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत बघा, कारण की यांनी समजा त्यांचं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन वर्क प्रोडक्शन ॲक्टिव्हिटी कंप्लीट करण्यासाठी जर त्यांचं योगदान त्यांनी दिलं नाही तर काय होईल? तुमचं प्रोडक्शन ॲक्टिव्हिटी जी आहे ती कंप्लीट होणार नाही. बरोबर आहे. सो these human assets, they are very important from your organization's viewpoint. Okay, these human assets, they are very important from your organization's viewpoint. Okay, then the next thing is hiring employees. Okay, hiring employees, what it means? Yes, hiring employees means recruiting the employees or selecting the employees. Okay, see, human assets or human resources, okay, they are very important from your organization's viewpoint. Okay, as we have discussed earlier, yes, unless until these people contribute towards the completion of production activity, your production activity will never get completed. Okay, so when we consider hiring employees, yes, utmost care should be taken while recruitment and selection procedure is adopted into your organization. बघा, जेव्हा रिक्रुटमेंट अँड सिलेक्शनची प्रोसिजर तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये चालू असते तेव्हा अटमोस्ट केअर घेणं गरजेचं आहे. का? कारण की येस, हू आर दिस पीपल? येस, they are the real contributors towards your production activity. Okay, because if they fail to work, surely your organization's goals will not be achieved. Okay, so when you are hiring the employees, what you should be doing? First of all, what are the types of job? You should be able to highlight those. Okay, then you should be able to describe the job. Then who will do that job? You should elaborate it, and as per that, whenever you are finalizing the candidates, okay, see whether that person is having that ability, having that capability to complete the work which you will be assigning to him. Okay, so जेव्हा तुम्ही एम्प्लॉईजला हायर करताय तेव्हा तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये नेमकं कुठला जॉब आहे, त्याचं डिस्क्रिप्शन काय आहे, ते जॉब कंप्लीट करण्यासाठी कोण हवं आहे तुम्हाला. ओके, सर्व गोष्टी तुम्हाला हायलाईट कराव्या लागतील. आणि जेव्हा तुम्ही एम्प्लॉईजचं सिलेक्शन करत असाल, एम्प्लॉईजचं सिलेक्शन करताना एक गोष्ट जी सर्वात जास्त महत्त्वाची आहे म्हणजे तो व्यक्ती तेवढा एबल आहे का, त्याच्यामध्ये तेवढी कॅपॅबिलिटी आणि ॲबिलिटी आहे का, तो तुम्ही दिलेलं वर्क, तुम्ही असाइन केलेलं वर्क कंप्लीट करू शकेल का, ह्या सर्व गोष्टी कन्सिडर करणं गरजेचं आहे. Next challenge before the entrepreneur in modern era is cash flow management. See, cash flow management means here the entrepreneur is very required to manage the cash. Means he is required to prepare a budget. Actually means, okay, every individual actually he is required to prepare a budget. Means what is his income and where does he expends. He should be knowing exactly, okay, the position. Means what he is having and what he will be expending. Why? Okay, as like the entrepreneur, yes, he should be able to control the cash flow or to have a control on the cash flow. Why? Why it is required? Because yes, in the times of uncertainties, in the times of uncertainties, he should be able, yes, he should be able to have a hold. He should be able to have a hold on that situation through his management skills. Okay, कॅश फ्लो मॅनेजमेंट बघा, आपल्या बिझनेसचा पैसा किंवा बिझनेसमध्ये असलेला पैसा ओके नेमकं कुठं आपण एक्सपेंड करतोय, म्हणजे कुठे घालवतोय आपण, ओके तो कमी आपल्याला घालवता येईल का, ओके याचा विचार त्या एंट्राप्रिनियरने करणं गरजेचं आहे. का? कारण की जर भविष्य काळात अनसर्टन्टीज आल्या तर अशा वेळेस त्याला त्या पैशाचा योग्य आणि पुरेपूर उपयोग करता आला पाहिजे यासाठी म्हणून. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज टाइम मॅनेजमेंट. ओके, टाइम मॅनेजमेंट. व्हॉट इज टाइम मॅनेजमेंट? Time management. See, we are hearing many slogans related to time since our childhood. What is it? Time waits for none. Time is money. And much more. Is it? बघा, अगदी लहानपणापासून आपण बरेचसे स्लोगन्स टाईमविषयी, वेळेविषयी आपण ऐकत आलो. कोणकोणते आहेत? टाईम वेट्स फॉर नन. ओके, म्हणजे वेळ कोणासाठीही थांबत नाही. आणि दुसरं काय आहे? टाईम इज मनी. वेळ पैसा आहे. आणि असे बरेचसे स्लोगन्स आणि प्रॉव्हर्ब्स आपण शिकलोय किंवा ऐकलोय. Okay, see, an entrepreneur should be able to manage the time. Means what? We have studied it. Stick to the time saves 9. Means what? ओके, घड्याळाच्या काट्यावरती जो चालतो, ओके घड्याळाच्या काट्यावरती जो चालतो म्हणजे वेळेचं पालन जो करतो तो नेहमी सक्सेसफुल होतो. ओके, तशाच प्रकारे जेव्हा आपण ह्या एंट्राप्रिनियरचा विचार करतो, जेव्हा आपण ह्या एंट्राप्रिनियरचा विचार करतो तेव्हा काही गोष्टी करणं गरजेचं आहे त्याने, म्हणजे टाईम मॅनेजमेंट. ओके, मीन्स what thing should be done at what time, which should be done now, which should be done later. Okay, this person, he should be able to do a balance between the time and his schedule. ओके, बघा हा जो एंट्राप्रिनियर आहे, हा एंट्राप्रिनियर त्याने त्याचा जो वेळ आहे तो व्यवस्थित प्लॅन केला पाहिजे, जेणेकरून सगळे जे त्याचे कामं आहेत ती वेळेत पूर्ण होतील आणि त्याच्या थ्रू त्याने जे गोल्स प्लॅन केलेले आहेत ते सुद्धा वेळेत अचीव होतील. बघा, जेव्हा आपण टाईम मॅनेजमेंटचा विचार करतो, टाईम मॅनेजमेंटमध्ये पॅरेटो थेरी आहे. ओके, पॅरेटो थेरी आहे. पॅरेटो थेरी म्हणजे काय? ओके, त्याला दुसरं नाव आहे 80-20 थेरी. ओके, म्हणजे 80% कामं 20% होतात. 20% कामं 80% वेळेत होऊ शकतात. ओके, बघा, म्हणजे काही कामं ही फास्टच केली पाहिजेत. ओके, अजून एक अर्जन्सी इम्पॉर्टन्स मॅट्रिक्स म्हणून आहे. अर्जन्सी इम्पॉर्टन्स मॅट्रिक्स म्हणजे काय नेमकं? तर बघा, इन ऑल युअर टास्क, okay, whatsoever task or work you do have, all those tasks, what you should be doing is set urgency importance matrix of it. Means which of, if you have 10 tasks, ओके, बघा तुमच्याकडे समजा 10 टास्क असतील, त्या 10 टास्कपैकी अर्जंट कोणते टास्क आहेत आणि इम्पॉर्टंट कोणते टास्क आहेत हे हायलाईट करून जे जास्त अर्जंट आणि इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत ते पहिल्यांदा करून राहिलेल्या वेळेत राहिलेली कामं केलीत तर व्यवस्थित टाईम मॅनेज होऊ शकतो. ओके, सो टाईम मॅनेजमेंट शुड बी डन बाय एंटरप्रेन्युअर. ओके, विच इज क्वाईट चॅलेंजिंग बिफोर हिम, because when we consider entrepreneur and his schedule, okay, he has less time and he needs to utilize every minute, every second of it. Then delegating tasks. Okay, delegating the task, what it means, see, there are many more capable people who are working under you. Okay, there are many more people working under you. Means what? Okay, see, if you have 10 tasks, okay, not always all those 10 tasks should be performed by you. बघा, तुमच्याकडे 10 कामं असतील. आता ही 10ची 10 कामं तुम्हीच केली पाहिजेत असं नाही. तर जेव्हा तुम्ही एंटरप्रेन्युअर असतात, तुमच्या हाताखाली काही केपेबल मॅनेजर्स असतात. ओके, सीइंग देअर कॅपेबिलिटी अँड ॲबिलिटी, देअर क्वालिटी अँड स्किल्स, what you can do is, okay, some of the task, okay, you can hand over or shoulder those tasks on these managers, whomsoever you think is perfect to perform that task. बघा, काय करू शकता तुम्ही, तर तुमच्या हाताखाली, ओके, हे जे लोक काम करतात, मॅनेजर्स वगैरे, त्यांच्यात काही स्किल्स असतात, क्वालिटीज असतात. ओके, बघा, जे 10 टास्क तुमच्याकडे आहेत ते 10चे 10 टास्क, ओके, तुम्हीच केले पाहिजेत असं नाही. त्यातले काही टास्क जे आहेत ते तुम्ही ह्या मॅनेजर्सना किंवा तुमच्या हाताखाली जे सबऑर्डिनेट्स काम करतात त्यांना देऊन, ओके, वेळेत कामं पूर्ण करू शकता. ओके, यामुळे काय होईल, येस, यू विल बी रिलॅक्स्ड टू थिंक ऑन न्यू इश्यूज अँड न्यू चेंजेस विच हॅपन इन द मार्केट. येस, and you can grasp an opportunity which will be better for your organization's future. Then the product idea. Okay, If you are presenting something which is already there in the market, okay, then you will lag behind. बघा, समजा तुम्ही मार्केटमध्ये एक प्रोडक्ट आणताय, यू आर जनरेटिंग अ प्रोडक्ट इन द मार्केट, यू आर प्रेझेंटिंग अ प्रोडक्ट इन द मार्केट. ओके, तुम्ही एक प्रोडक्ट मार्केटमध्ये आणताय जे की ऑलरेडी तुमच्या कॉम्पिटिटरने 10 वर्षापूर्वी आणलेलं आहे. What will happen? See, your competitor who is dealing into your same product line, he has his position in the market. He has his reserved customers. Introducing the same kind of product in the market will surely result into failure for your product and your organization. So, what product idea you are selecting, what is the product which you will be producing, okay, you need to care about all these things. You need to care about all these things. Okay, then marketing strategy. What do you mean by marketing strategy? Marketing strategy means that which type of media you are using, what marketing styles you are using, how you will reach the customer, how you will reach the customer, what are the modes. Okay, because unless until you advertise your product, you present your product, or you describe your product before the customer will not know about your product, because the customer community, they are ignorant about the products. Okay, and if you are new in the market, you need to guide the customers in regards to the product features, okay, which you can do through advertising. And nowadays you can do media advertising. Okay, you can use different types of mediums and medias. Okay, you can use social networking to approach your customer. Okay, to approach your customer. Okay, so which type of marketing strategy you are using, okay, and the marketing strategy which you are using, it should be that ahead of your competitors. ओके, बघा, मार्केटिंग स्ट्रॅटेजी काय यूज करायची, मार्केटिंग स्ट्रॅटेजी काय यूज करायची, तर मार्केटिंग स्ट्रॅटेजीचं यूज करून तुम्ही तुमच्या टार्गेट कस्टमरला तुमचे प्रोडक्ट फीचर्स कन्वे करू शकता. ओके, आणि मार्केटिंग स्ट्रॅटेजी जी आहे ती अशी यूज करायची जी तुमचे कॉम्पिटिटर यूज करत नाही आहेत, किंवा वेगळ्या प्रकारे तुम्ही तुमची मार्केटिंग स्ट्रॅटेजी इनोव्हेटिव्ह प्रकारे येस इम्प्लिमेंट करू शकता. बिकॉज इफ यू परफॉर्म इन द सेम वे, ओके, इफ यू परफॉर्म in the same way like your competitors, yes, there will be no difference between you and your competitors. Then due to this, what will happen? You will fall behind. And then capital. Okay, see, whenever you want to adopt any change, you need to have capital. So you should be ready with your source of capital. Okay, means in future if you want to do or modify your business anyway, if you want to adopt new technology and all those things, okay, you need to have capital. Unless until you have capital, you can't do such type of expenses and expenditures. Okay, so for your future itself, Okay, you should be highlighting the sources of capital so that, okay, when in the future you need the capital, at the time you can raise it. Then the business growth. Okay, see, today I did some innovative practices into my business, and tomorrow, if I am sitting relaxed, yes, I will be thrown out of the market. बघा, एंट्राप्रिनियरने आज काहीतरी नवीन घडवलं, नवीन स्ट्रॅटेजी अडॉप्ट केली आणि उद्या तो रिलॅक्स बसला. परवाच्या दिवशी तो मार्केटमधून बाहेर असेल. येस, each day he needs to adopt something, think ahead, implement it, okay, and continuously he should be doing this. Okay, आज त्यांनी स्ट्रॅटेजी अडॉप्ट केली, आज काहीतरी नवीन प्रॅक्टिसेस केले, उद्या तो शांत बसला, असं होऊ शकत नाही. शांत बसला तर त्याचा बिझनेस संपला. ओके, दिस कॅन हॅपन. ओके, सो if your business is growing, take more efforts to have growth into your business, to expand your business. Then environmental protection and social responsiveness. Okay, see, whenever you are doing any innovation or whenever you are selecting your product, select a product in such a way that that product will not harm the environment, and also it will not harm or affect the social welfare or the society at large. Okay, so if you are caring about the environment and society, then the environment and society will care about you. You can rely on 4 R's of environment: reduce, reuse, recycle, recover. And through that also you can regenerate your product. Then ethical parameters. Ethical parameter means what? See, we are aware about business ethics. See what is good for your business and what is bad for your business. Okay, see, cheap publicity is not good. You take efforts through that, build up a goodwill of your organization, build up a reputation of your organization, which will be having a positive impact on the market. ओके, बघा, इथिकल पॅरामीटर्स म्हणजे काय? काही गोष्टी बरोबर असतात, काही गोष्टी चुकीच्या असतात. चुकीच्या गोष्टीमुळे आपल्याला आपला बिझनेस ग्रो करायचा नाही, तर जे गुड प्रॅक्टिसेस आहेत, बेस्ट प्रॅक्टिसेस आहेत, त्याच्या थ्रू आपल्याला मार्केटमध्ये आपलं पोझिशन निर्माण करायची. ओके, देन ॲब्सुलन्स. ॲब्सुलन्स मीन्स वॉट? आउटडेटेड. Okay, if you are using the technology which is outdated, what will happen? Yes, surely the product which you produce will not be matching with the extent what your customer is demanding. Okay, बघा, जे तुमच्या कस्टमरला हवं आहे ते तुम्ही तुमच्या प्रोडक्टमधून देऊ शकणार नाही, कारण की तुम्ही आउटडेटेड काहीतरी यूज करताय. ओके, सो ऑलवेज what you should be doing, you should be adopting the new technology. Yes, you should be adopting the new technology and always generate something which is new. And when the ideas, they are used for a period, after that duration, what you should be doing is, yes, you should change the idea, upgrade, update the idea. Okay, and if the technology which you are using, it is lagging behind, change the technology. Okay, so these are the challenges before the entrepreneur in this modern era. With this we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.